as I'm also discussing, I'll be sharing some tips that I think you guys could actually, and that'll be very useful to everyone who is live here today. So thank you guys for coming. My name is Jerry Jehu. I have introduced myself last in the last video, so in case you missed it, it's on YouTube. I also shared the link also before, that's immediately after the class, and I also share this one by 12 a.m. or 12, yeah, 12 a.m. this night. So in case you hooked on the screen, you can also join. You can also go there on YouTube and also watch it. So it will be live and it's recorded now. Even now, I think I'm recording on both sides. Let me start recording here. Okay, good. So yeah, so now I'm recording on both sides, so you could get the video immediately after the class. So this is what we are going to be recreating today. But while we're also recreating that, I'll be sharing some tips that I think will be very important for you guys. So before you start designing a flyer for a start, you have to understand some things that are very important. Number one, you need to understand why are you designing that flyer, or why are you making the design, so you understand the purpose of the design. If maybe it's for an advertising company or advertising company, or if it's for a salon brand or anything that is, so you have to know the niche. Why are you doing it? If you are doing it to get more leads, if you are doing it to get more customers, or if you are doing it to just make your bring your put yourself out there, or the company or your clients, what your client wants. Do you understand? So all those things are things that you need to understand. So the purpose of your flyer has to be understood. Then you also need to ensure you keep your design simple and on point. So there are about 7 principles that you need to follow. In case you do not know these principles, I could there is a course there. I think it is, I have a course there, but some of them, the in the 7 principles, they are about three most important ones. There is balance, there's contrast, and there's hierarchy. Those are the three most important principles in design, and they work hand in hand. The other ones are like flows, yeah, like flows, lines, and stuff like that. So there are other principles. There are 7 principles, but three are the most important ones. You cannot disregard those three. You can disregard other ones, but the three are most important that you need to put into consideration. So you have to keep your design simple and focused, and try and use very striking colors. So the colors you choose will actually help your design to either stand out or have more contrast or have less contrast. So ensure when you are doing your designs, the contrast is there to create a difference between the main object or and the background, or the one that is less important. So in that case, so also ensure you consider your typography. Ensure that your design, your typography, that's your type that you're using, the typefaces you're using, are some things that are legible. If you are designing for a brand or for a business and you want to put it out there, legibility is number one, is a key that you need to put into serious consideration. If you are just designing for art or for posters or for design, your typography might not matter that much because it's your personal use or it's just art. You understand? So you could use maybe some typography that don't actually have they're not legible enough. So that one is for your own consumption. But when you're designing for a client or for a business or you want to pass a message, ensure that typography is used to its best. And your high quality visuals, so pictures, images. I have images. There is a pack that I update every single month. So in case you want something like that, I could put it up for you on the group. So in case you want it, I update it every single month. I post about 20 to 50, I think 20 to 50, yeah, 20 to 50 uh images that I use for that month. I have one here called the December dump. Yeah, so this have like all the pictures I collected for the month of January. I will also send it for you guys. I'll drop it on that folder. So it's a pack. Just drop it on the folder, and you guys can continue using it. So next month I also drop another one. So that one also is there, and we have use a very good call to action. So ensure that you have a call to action. So after you pass your message, what do you want them to do next? So if it's to DM you, if it's to send a message, if it's to go to your bio, also all those ones also work. So and also, as I said, understand the purpose. Once you understand the purpose, whether it's for print, whether it's for screen, those are the things that you need to put into consideration when you are also designing for this. And so as I said, the first one, I said you should understand the purpose and ensure that it's simple and focused. Use striking color palettes and make sure your typography is readable, and use high quality visuals. Ensure you use the call to action, and ensure that you know why you are designing. This is for print, this is for screen, and all those ones put together. So we are going to jump into designing, replicating this one. It's not supposed to take us about 30 minutes, 30 to 45, 30 to 40 minutes, and then we'll be done. Yeah, good. I think I made it up. So good. So let me jump into the whole design process. So now, the first things first, before we start this design, I'm going to try as much as possible to extract the colors that I used in this design. I used about two colors from the color palette, or just two colors, and you could also use those in those cases. So what I do is most times I draw a small shape. I just keep them at the top there. I draw a small shape and I use my eyedropper tool. The shortcut for it is I. You use your eyedropper tool here, and then you pick the color. So you pick from the darkest, which is this, and you can press the V, which is for the selection tool. And let's duplicate this by holding on Alt and dragging. And you also can go back to your eyedropper tool here, and you could choose the brightest color there in that case. So now we already have two colors that have been separated already. I'll have them side by side. So if you want to have maybe this color in between, it's your choice. But when we are using blend mode, which is all the blend tool here, we will have the color moving from this to this. So you have these colors or this mixture here. So let me just show you a quick one before we continue. So let me take this up here and let me have these guys blended together. So I'll go to object, I'll go to blend, and I'll go to make. Now the shortcut for it is Alt Control B. I will be using that one from time to time, so I might not be coming to this long process. So you click on that and you could see the blend here. So this color that we have here, we also have it around here. So it's just the blend of it. That's also the technique that you can also use in that case. So I can delete that one and just give just these two colors for this design. So we have just two colors and we'll just stick with that because I use only two colors in this case. But if you are using a design and you have like maybe more than two colors, that way you can begin to pick all the colors and you have all your design colors here. So first things first, you can get our image. Our image is I have it already here. As I said, you could just I will post the link, so in case you want to get it, you could get it. So this is the girl that I used here, but I think I will just use the Photoshop of the lady. I will rename this before I post them on the okay. That's a wrong image. I'm gonna just edit it. Let me show you how I did the editing and stuff, and not waste your time on that. So let's go back and I drag it into Illustrator. So I'll be using Photoshop to do the edits that I did here for me to get this final image here. So I'll come to edit in Photoshop. If you don't have Photoshop 2020 to above, you could also install it. It's on the group there. I think you can scroll up, or you could check documents and you see it. I have posted it before here. Or in case you can't find it there, I will also try and post from 2021 to 2024, so you guys could be able to use it. 2025 is not that stable now, but if you install it, it might give you issues. So just stick with the 20. This is 2024 because I'm using it for the class. And I don't want any crashes or stuff like that. So let's just continue. So I said edit in Photoshop here. So you click on edit in Photoshop and it jumps into Photoshop for you to make the edit. All I just need to do is just click on remove background. It's a very easy way. Photoshop has made it for designers. It's also available from 2020 and 2021 to the current one here. So we already have the background removed. In case it's not to your taste, you could come into any of the selection tools here. There are three of them, any of them, so any of them will work in this case. You come to select and mask, then there is a shortcut that you could use here. You move refine hair, and to help you to refine the edges of the hair. So you could see how it has done almost all my work here, and I think it's a wonderful work here. You could scroll down and ensure that its output it's to a new layer. If you're doing just want to work on the image, you could make just layer mask, but I just want it to be on a new layer, so I say a new layer in this case. Yeah, so I think that's okay. We could delete this and we could begin to apply our edits. I think I'm seeing some like the edges is not that much, but first of all, let's just do our edits, then we could see if we could correct that. While this top here is chopped, it's going to look very straight. We are going to try and correct that. So go into the crop tool, we extend this part, and then okay, and then we're going to try and fill this part here. What we do is that we come into our polygon selection, our polygon lasso tool, then we can from this top just zoom. Okay, I think that's too high. Just from here I zoom, like it moves in this way, and good. So we have something like that, and then we'll come to edit, so we'll come to content aware fill, and we deselect this part because we do not want this part to be the reference. So we go to plus here and we select the edges of this part here and the edges of this part here. We could also delete that, and so in case you have these issues like this and you see it's giving you issues, so it might not work. Remember we did this for the last class and it actually did work, but it's not working in this case. So what we just do is we can use the clone tool, deselect here, just deselect, and then bring that back. Deselect is Control D, sorry. Then we could use the clone tool. We could select from here, and we could just increase the scale, and then we could fill that out. You can also select more and fill the top there. It's not too clean, but I think it's something we can manage. Select from here. Yeah, so I think it's something that we can manage. Let's place that in the center. I think, yeah, we can manage this. Yeah, so let's work on the image for this. Selected, go to filter, we'll go to, sorry, that was a mistake. Let's leave here, we'll go to filter, we'll go to camera raw filter. Then we can tweak the exposure, not to be too much, and increase the shadow. Maybe play with the white if you want. So the colors, the color part is grayed out. It's not useful because there's no color on the image. And we can apply clarity. So now the clarity makes it to be more sharp and bring out all those high points, you understand. Then for the DHAs, it works to emphasize the darkness or the dark parts, that's the shadows of the image. And then I think for me, I think this is okay. I will press OK. Now there's something that you need to do in case you have, now in this case I got it from Pinterest and the quality is low. So for you to increase the quality, or at least for it to work much better and make the quality look more presentable, we come to the image size. In this case we have resolution to be 72. You could change that to 118, so it doesn't, you are not trying to like lie to yourself, because if you say 300 it might come out well, but we all know that the end result will still not be as different as 118. So 118 is like fairly good. Ensure that you have your reduced noise here and choose these settings to be preserve details 2.0. So while you are scaling the resolution, you ensure that it's been preserved, as details have been preserved and it's not too scaled in that case. So you could press OK, and you could adjust this depending on the level that you want that preserved details to be. Wait for your PC to just do the processing, and the machine will help you improve your image. So now your image is kind of bigger than the previous one. I think not 2 times, but about 1.7 times better than the previous image here and that you had before. So now we can come back also to the filter, ensure your layer is selected, come back to the filter, we'll go back to filter gallery. Now in filter gallery we are going to be using the poster edges. Now for the poster edges you can adjust your posterization, posterization to maybe 4 or 3. I think 3 should work much well. I think 3 is okay. Yeah, 3 is okay if you want to add grains, but I think the grains not work there because it's too intense in that case. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it has a good contrast in this case. So our main aim is to make it look artistic, not to be too realistic, just a little bit of art to it. So now we can save it as PSD, that's the Photoshop file. So in this case, what are we going to call it? Favor girl, favor girl, black and white, and December dump. Okay, save and save. We come back here. We come back here and just ensure that it's saved there. So this is it here. So now we go back to Adobe Illustrator and we go to relink it. Now, in case you can't find relink here, you could come to your Windows and you could scroll down and then you see link in this case. So in case this is not looking like this, you could also come here, Essential Classic, ensure that your workspace Essential Classic. If you can't see that there, you also come to your Windows and you could scroll up to workspace and you see Essential Classic there. So that's how you have this appearance that I'm having here. So now we're going to relink this. We'll come to link and we could reduce this and relink. We have December dump and favor girl. Yeah, so we have her looking like that. So let's keep her by the side. And I also noticed something. We did complete this part here. It's not complete here. We are going to also do that. Let's go back to editing Photoshop. We're just going to rush through this whole process. I'm going to do the same thing I did last week. So I'm going to try and complete this harmony part here. I scale that up. I come to here. Okay. Let me rectify that. Somebody said you can't join in. Okay. I'm sorry, please, for that. Um, okay, so good. Can everybody? Yeah, I think everybody can see my screen. Good. So, all I just need to do is draw so that I have. I think that is okay. No, just continue. Okay. And we have edit content overfill. And let's see what I have there. Yep, fair enough. I think people will not notice. Let's see, Ctrl D. Will people notice? I'm not sure they will not. I'm not sure they will notice. Yeah, it's just for it. So basically, you can tweak all those and just see how you could manipulate your way through those ones. So edit, I save it, and now we have a complete um shoulder there. So now let's just try and watch this. It's taking a lot of time. We will draw. First of all, we'll draw our background. Ensure that that's the first thing. First, you draw your background. We'll use this color as the main background. Click on it and centralize it in that case. So what we do next is that we duplicate this and place in front. So Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl F to place in front. We're also going to do that the same thing so we can be able to have this line that we have here. We'll say Ctrl C, Ctrl F, and then we scale this down, and then we could choose this color. What we do is that we go to effects. In case you can't find effect, stop here, go to distort and transform, go to roughen. Now for roughen, it gives you this effect. You could tweak it and to how much you want. If in that case, like so, I think it should not be too much to ensure that you could make it smooth, so you have something like this smooth. Now you select the two of them. Now remember, this is two already because we duplicated it 3 times, and we have one that's been used on the top here, and we have the other one under there. So we select the two of them, and we're going to use the blend tool. Remember, the shortcut is Ctrl Alt B, and we have it like so. What we do now is that we come to the blend tool is located at the toolbar. You double click on it, you go to the smooth colors, you go to specify steps, and then you can increase it, and behold, voila, we are having what we have here. So now, for you to get your desired results, you could adjust it, make it small, make it less of the shapes in between, and less effects or more effects, you understand, or less effect, just more waves. So if you want, you could make it in such different methods. So we put this at the front and we brace it here, and then we could scale it up and like that. So already you could see that we are having what we want already. So double click. Now when you have this blend, now you could see that now there are two shapes that are here, but there are one. So this one is just it. That's just it. There are two shapes that are here. If you double click into that shape, you could edit the two shapes separately if you want to. But what I want to do is I want to just copy this shape here. So I'm going to Ctrl C and I'm going to go out and I'll press Ctrl V. If I want, I could place it in front, but I just say Ctrl V so that it shows you where it's been placed. Sorry, that is a mistake. I think I pressed Ctrl C. Yeah, that's it. Ctrl C. Bring this at the center. Ctrl V. Then we could take this and place it here. Send it to the back, and now we can adjust the roughen not to be too much. I think about 2. Now what we just need to do is just to add what is called the outer glow. So add an outer glow to it. We change this to maybe a bright color, and then we could increase the blur of it. Click OK. Now if you see, it's actually showing there, but it's not as pronounced as you want it. So what we do is I'll click on it, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. It's placed on that in front of it. We'll come to the appearance panel, because now you have more than 2 effects on it, so it should give you this this icon here. You need to come to the appearance panel. You can't find the appearance panel, you go to Windows, go to appearance, and then you have the appearance panel there. Then now we can adjust the outer glow, or if you want, you could also add another glow called the inner glow. In this case, for the inner glow, it has to be at the center, and then we could adjust the blur, maybe 30. Okay, with Ctrl C, Ctrl F to be placed in front, and then send it behind. We could change this to screen to make it more white in that case. So I think we are beginning to have it. Yeah, we're beginning to have it in this case. So this is what I mean. Now for this case, you could also come to here, the roughen. I think yeah, something like this. It should not be too much. And then OK, and double click there. I think I can also change this color. Maybe move it a little bit. Yeah. So now we're going to do the last one. Last effect is just this circle that we have, but it's not actually a circle. What I did is I had a polygon, then I just played with the polygon and just had a shape. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Let's draw the polygon one side, then we can bring it. Let's just draw it below, like so. Now we come to here, right click on that, so you go to polygon, you click anywhere. I think I used 8 sides. Yeah, I think I used 8 sides. Yeah, I don't know why I used 8 sides then, but I used 8 sides. Now we have this shape, we have the polygon shape, and then you could scale it out. Sorry for that. I think my keys are misbehaving. Okay, so we have this shape. Remove the fill from it, increase the stroke, ensure it's thick, and we could apply a white, remove it slightly. Remember using HSB here, so in case you're not seeing the HSB and you're seeing maybe something like RGB, just know that it's HSB that I'm using here, and something like that. So yeah, good. So we have this. Now what you do is you adjust it to something like this, and you could tilt it like so, and you bring it up here, and you could see if it sits well for you. So something like that. And then you zoom in. I think I used 10. Yeah, I used 10 for this. But you could usually use 8, you could use 10, you could use the number of shapes that you want to use. I'm going to just stick to the 8 to use. I think I use 10 because 10 is like my favorite number there. Now what we want to do is that we want to cut this part and cut this part so it looks like it goes round her in that case. So what we do, we're going to go choose our curvature tool. Sorry, we call it curvature tool. I'm just trying to remember curvature tool. So you click, you just click and click. So now we have like a demarcation. What we're going to do, we're going to use the shape builder tool and run it over so it's like, understand, it breaks from that part. We also come into the curvature tool and then ensure you escape so it doesn't continue with this. Then you click here, 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 and here, like so. Good. So it's wrapped. Now select everything, ensure you're highlighting everything. So highlight the 3 shapes together, and then we'll come to our shape builder tool here. We hold on Alt and we click on the shape so it cuts that part and leaves it for you. And then we could come back to our normal shape, which is our selection tool. Sorry, our normal tool is our selection tool, and then like so. Sorry, that's a mistake. Like this. Now the reason why it's not looking very nice is because I actually forgot a step to take. What I should have done is ensure that this is now a shape. For this is a stroke and not a shape, or not a fill. So what I need to do is I need to come to object, I need to come to expand, and I need to fill it, ensure that it's filled. The stroke now becomes a fill. So I select those things back, or highlight those things back. Then I come back to the shape builder tool and I take out the shape, and then go back there. You could take out this one, you come back here, you take out this one. So now you have something like that. And in case it's not looking nice for you, you could come back to the direct selection tool and you could draw these guys to make it very presentable, like so. Adjust the handlers so that it goes well. But these are things that, except people are very meticulous, will see. But in cases like that where people just want to just see your designs and just it's looking pleasant or presentable, they might not, their eyes might not go here. And in cases like this, I think here it's okay like that. So we zoom out and you can place that here. Good. Yeah, so we have that. But also click on this and adjust the corners so you have them rounded, so the corners looks much rounded in this case. Or you could click on that, adjust that one. But also click on this, adjust this one. Click on this, adjust it, just for you to have rounded corners, but it doesn't really matter like so. So we have this. We're going to apply the same strategy or the same path we actually used in this. I'm going to do the same thing here. We are going to go to effect, we're going to go to stylize, outer glow. Ensure it's the same stuff. You do Ctrl C, Ctrl F, it gives you that. You could change that to screen if you want, so it looks more white. Ctrl C, Ctrl F, it gives you that. And then we go back here. Then we come to outer glow, no, inner glow instead. If it's too much, we could maybe, I think, reduce. Maybe try use the edges. So, but you could also apply this technique. But I think I did not apply this technique in that case. What I did is that in one of them, I went to the effects and I went to blur. I went to Gaussian blur and just left it like so, and I sent it behind the one that is not without, that is without Gaussian blur. So I use another one. I so Control C, Control F, which is duplicate, and you could maybe adjust the outer glow in this case. So you just apply a new effect. It's not like anything serious like that. So you could like so as I said, if you the more you want it to be more glowy, the more you apply the effect. So you see in this case I did not apply too much of the effect, it's just a little bit, but in this case here it's too much. Now let me drag one out and see. So when you drag out one, you can see that it looks much different. So in this case that's how it is. So that is basically the most important or the most tricky part of the design. The rest is just placing text one way or the other. So let's see if we could place text. I'm going to reduce the font size to 6, and I'll just draw automatically to give us the Lorry Ipsion. Is it Lorry Ipsion? I think so. Choose white. But I didn't use Lorry Ipsion. I used my own. I got my own text online and used my own text. So you could just have that there. You should have this there, and I'm using, I think I use Clash Graphics. This is Clash Graphics. It's the number one there, and you also have one behind her. Scale up, send to the back of it. Yeah, so like so, and we could have one over this place. What again? Now the font that I used in that case, I used a font called Beauty. It's, could bring that to this side. So it's like favor, then make sure it's highlighted, then with Beauty. And then stick to white. So now a quick tip is, if you want to scale her or you want to scale your image and you have effects that are working hand in hand with your images, then you have to select all those shapes that you have that are connected together. So let me select all these ones here and I group them, right? Then I could also select as these ones are grouped, I can lock them. So Control 2 is to lock it. Then I select this one and hers, then I group them so they become one. So when I'm scaling it, I could be able to scale it with the effect that I have. So in this case, so you scale it, make it smaller, you make it bigger, it goes with the effect, and it helps you to organize your files, organize your effects and shapes. So one way to export, a very good tip that I think I can share with you, export, is you should try as much as possible that when you are exporting, you do a clipping mask. Probably maybe you want to present the main file to the client, you do a clipping mask, so it makes your work look very clean. So what you do is that you come to a shape that ensure that it is a rectangle tool, not a rounded rectangle tool, a rectangle tool. You come to the edge of this, you click and you drag, ensure it's the shape, the size, ensure it's the size of the artboard. Check from here to know that this is the size and it correlates with the size of the artboard. Then what you do is ensure that every locked effect or every locked shape object is unlocked. Ensure that is unlocked. Then now highlight everything. As you go over it, ensure that everything is highlighted. You right click and you come to clipping mask and you clip your design into that shape. That's how you can export in the best way to export in using Adobe Illustrator. So I think I can scale this in, make this like that. So in that case, so it's just there. So this is the end of the design tutorials or the design replication tutorials. I will be taking questions, please, in case anybody have any question or you want to ask anything, you want to get clarification on what we just did here, or maybe anything that relates to design. I am very open to answer your questions, please. So yeah, I'm going to change your questions. That's no problem. In case you have any questions, please you could drop it on group chat, or you drop it on. There is a discussion group, and all you just need to do is just go to the top of on top of the group, and you could have meet the. You could also see this discussion group. You see a discussion there, or a discourse. Yes, it's called discourse. Then once you click on it, it will take you to a a group where you could also ask your question. So I will also see you guys next week, and also will be sharing more tips and clips on YouTube. I know most of you actually guys will go on YouTube to watch the videos. I mean, guys, I thank you guys for what you do, everything that you have been doing. I'm watching the videos, on watching the videos, leaving your likes, also leaving your comments, also sharing it with people. I'm seeing that the YouTube is growing, and thank you so much. Just today and yesterday, we had up to like 20 two follow new subscribers on YouTube. I am so much grateful for what you guys are doing, and I will see you guys next week, and they also will be seen on YouTube. Yeah, so have a good night rest, and bye bye everybody.